afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Live at 4, and welcome to everybody in town for the UW homecoming weekend.
It's Friday.
It is Friday.
The weather's going to be great, and it's a big day today. It's a special anniversary for you.
45 years I first walked through the doors of this facility.
Time flies when you're having fun, right?
You know, in a way it seems like yesterday, and another way it seems like it's been 45 years.
Lucky us. Happy anniversary. Or as we say around here, happy anniversary.
Yes. The start of year 46.
Here we go.
Here we go. Topping the news today, a house exploded in Oregon this morning, setting another house on fire. We have team coverage as neighbors pick up and investigators try to figure out what went wrong.
Darrell Brooks is in and out of the courtroom again today as he continues to defend himself on trial. Why the judge said he was scaring her today. And
former President Trump gets a subpoena this afternoon. The January 6th committee says it wants to hear from him, accusing him of personally orchestrating a plan to overturn the election. Let's take a look outside.
What a gift this is.
Yeah, for the almost end of October.
Yep.
Unseasonably mild and dry this weekend. Greg's in the backyard. With this warmth, though, you get some wind.
Yeah, what a difference. Like last week we were talking on Friday, where it's quite a bit cooler. Now we're back up to the 70s, but overall the whole Midwest is warmed up into the 70s, even some 80s. Like I said, a few clouds to the north, and obviously with the warm temperatures, we have the wind too that comes with it, but we're looking real nice. You see, the one notice thing is it's very dry out there. 14% dew point DeBoer, and then Madison's 27, so quite a bit of dryness out there. So definitely if you're looking to dry something outside with the wind, low relativity, and the temperatures, is actually a very good day to do that. Otherwise, we're looking at 80 now in Lone Rock, 75 in Madison, so we did pop a couple 80s here. Locally, Dane County, we're looking at the upper 70s, most locations, with 75 on Madison right now. So as we plan out, we'll slowly fall this weekend, this evening to the mid-50s by 8 p.m., lower 50s by 10 p.m., but still wonderful evening. The winds will start to die down. We have the system that's out to the west in response. That's going to bring the wind and continue to bring the warm temperatures. You can see mid-80s, even 90 in the Central Plains, and I'll break down how long this will last. And when we'll finally see some rain come in the forecast a bit later in the broadcast.
All right, Greg, thank you. First at 4, thankfully, no one was injured in an explosion that destroyed part of an Oregon duplex this morning.
The Oregon fire chief said the response couldn't have gone any better. Chief Glenn Linsmeyer said emergency crews were called to the 800 block of Oregon Parks Avenue around 8:30 this morning after public works crews reported an explosion in the area. Minutes later, neighbors started to call 911 to report the same thing as police and fire crews were already preparing to respond. Linsmeyer said 3 buildings were damaged, 1 was destroyed. Crews say that building was a duplex that was under construction.
Our Tahlil Moadine has been at the scene all day since very early this morning, and she joins us now live with the latest. Tahlil?
Mark and Susan, officials assure me that this area is now safe, but a lot has changed since this morning when there were dozens of emergency responders, from firefighters to police to officials from Alliant Energy Center, each playing a key role. Now, after they were able to determine no one was inside any of the 3 buildings directly impacted by the explosion, officials led by the Oregon Fire Department say their first goal was making sure everyone in the area was also safe. The village's police department focused on evacuation, getting dozens of people, including children, from a nearby daycare away from the area. Meanwhile, fire crews worked to put out the flames left by the explosion, having to work around widespread debris.
You just look at an explosion field and you're looking at sheets of plywood, you're looking at shingles, you're looking at all of the components that go through a house and are laying in a street, and you need a contractor with a bobcat or some equipment to move stuff.
Officials from Alliant Energy also shut off gas and electricity from North Bergamot Boulevard to Alpine Parkway as fire crews worked. Fire officials say they don't yet know the cause of the explosion, but early findings show the explosion was likely high and out of the ground. Now, there are still investigators on the scene working to determine how or why the explosion happened, but again, they did give this area the all clear. Now to our Arman Rahman with more.
That's right, Tahlil. Now imagine sitting at home or taking your dog out for a walk when you literally feel the ground shake beneath your feet. Shockwaves and sound coming from who knows where. That's what residents in and around Oregon had to deal with this morning. Some say it sounded like a large piece of furniture falling over, while others definitely heard a blast. But everyone says they felt the shockwaves and heard the aftermath.
Today, I was out for a walk in the neighborhood closer to my home, and you could just feel the earth shake and tremble a bit, and that obviously was perhaps the explosion tied to the house. It was just, I mean, you heard a very loud boom, and it was, you know, what you felt and heard all at the same time.
And the blast caused damage just outside the front door of neighbor Jess Barr. Her doorbell camera here capturing the moment that happened. And we'll hear more from her as well as other neighbors' reaction to today's explosion later on this evening. For now, live in Oregon, Arman Rahman, News 3 Now.
Armand, thank you. And the best way to get up-to-the-minute information about this explosion is by downloading our News 3 Now app. We'll be pushing out any updates to this story all evening long.
Darrell Brooks, who is charged in the Waukesha Christmas parade attack, continued to present his defense today. But a blow-up over evidence delayed the proceedings, and arguing with the judge almost cost him his chance to call more witnesses. Judge Jennifer Doro paused the trial and sent the jury out of the courtroom once again. When court resumed, Erica Patterson, Brooks' ex-girlfriend, took the stand for the second time. That's when Brooks tried to admit pictures to evidence that the state had not agreed to. Judge Doro explained.
It assumes a fact, not an evidence, but what is... Hold on. Tell me the basis you believe there's been communication and why you believe it's relevant to her testimony.
It's relevant because it was testified to her first time testifying.
Brooks has 9 more witnesses to call in his defense. He faces 76 charges, including 6 counts of first-degree intentional homicide for killing 6 people and injuring dozens more in the Waukesha parade attack.
State agencies may look drastically different come January if Republican Tim Michels wins the race for governor this fall.
He announced this week his plans to shake up the Department of Natural Resources, dividing it into 2. But what are his plans for other state agencies in Wisconsin? Political reporter Will Keneally sat down with Tim Michels today for an exclusive interview. Will?
So we've seen Michels in this election frame himself as an outsider. The construction company business owner says he wants to bring that perspective to the state capitol. We caught up with him after a campaign event where he spoke to the state's largest business lobby. He says that he wants to treat state agencies like a business, making sure that they produce a good product for their customers, who are the people of the state of Wisconsin.
We have 16 operating divisions at Michels. Every month, we do a formal review of each division, and every quarter, we do a deep dive of each operating division. I don't think anybody's done that in a long time here in Madison with our state agencies.
So for the DNR, that looks like splitting it up, hunting and fishing on one agency, environmental regulation in another. We pressed him for specifics on what changes he'd make to other agencies, but he didn't have anything ready to share. He did say, though, that, quote, everything is on the table. This is part of a larger discussion on how he would shape jobs and the economy as governor. We'll have more from our conversation coming up at 6, including how he wants to retain workers in the state. And you can see our full conversation this Sunday on For the Record, airing after Face the Nation.
We'll see you at 6. Thank you. The House committee investigating the January 6th attack on the Capitol has subpoenaed former President Trump.
The move comes the same day a federal judge in Washington, D.C. sentenced former Trump aide Steve Bannon to prison for failing to cooperate with the committee.
Skylar Henry reports from Capitol Hill.
On this vote, there are 9 ayes and 0 noes.
A week after unanimously voting to subpoena former President Donald Trump, the January 6th committee has followed through. In a legal document sent to Trump's lawyers Friday, the panel wrote that it had assembled overwhelming evidence that he personally orchestrated and oversaw a multi-part effort to overturn the 2020 presidential election and to obstruct the peaceful transition of power.
We must seek the testimony under oath.
The committee demanded that the former president testify under oath by November 14th. They also requested that he provide documents including personal communication he had with members of Congress and extremist groups. The subpoena comes the same day a judge sentenced Steve Bannon to 4 months in prison for defying a subpoena from the committee. Outside the courthouse, the former Trump aide remained defiant and looked ahead to the midterms.
On November 8th, there's going to have judgment on the illegitimate Biden regime, and quite frankly, Nancy Pelosi and the entire committee.
The judge held off on imposing the sentence while Bannon appeals. Skyler Henry, CBS News, Capitol Hill.
And Bannon is now the first person with close ties to the former president to be sentenced to prison in the fallout from the Capitol attack.
Trump's former trade advisor, Peter Navarro, is expected to go on trial next month.
The Madison Streets Division would like to introduce you to the newly named electric compactors. The recycling compactor is now called Stone Cold Squeeze Often. And the trash compactor is named Rosie the Rubber Shoe. Stone Cold received the most first-place votes by a wide margin in the recycling compactor election. Interestingly, Stone Cold only appeared on the third most number of ballots. Both Sir Crush-a-Lot and George Squashington appeared on more, but Stone Cold won the election because of that large lead in the first choice votes.
We got some creative people here in Madison.
Really do that. It's pretty clever. Well, temperatures in the 70s. It's going to be perfect weather for the UW-Madison homecoming this weekend.
We'll head to campus next to find out what fun activities you can take part in when Live at 4 continues.
Watching News 3 Now, Live at 4. Now is the time to take advantage of our lowest prices of the season at Ashley. Clearance items up to 78% off. Plus, get 60-month special financing. You can get sofas for as little as $8 a month and no money down. Don't miss your chance at huge savings. Happening now at Ashley.
There's a reason big dental bills often come as a shock. Because sometimes you don't realize what's not covered until you get the bill. That's why affordable dental insurance from Physicians Mutual is important. It can give you benefits that go beyond what you get from more limited coverage plans. Because no one likes a big dental bill, especially if you're retired or on a fixed income. For a free information kit, call or go online now. This isn't some discount plan or preventive-only coverage. This is real dental insurance that helps cover over 350 procedures, like cleanings, fillings, crowns, bridges, root canals, even dentures, at any dentist you want. Dental insurance from Physicians Mutual Insurance Company helps cover preventive care, basic work, and major procedures, with no deductibles and no annual maximum. For your free information kit with all the details, call now or visit sendinfokit.com.
Physicians Mutual, Physicians Mutual. There's nothing like volunteering at the fire department.
There's nothing like hitting the waves.
But with my moderate to severe eczema, it hasn't always been easy.
Since my skin was so irritated and itchy.
And even worse with all my gear on.
Now, I'm staying ahead of my eczema.
There's a power inside all of us to live our passion. And Dupixent works on the inside to help heal your skin from within. It helps block a key source of inflammation inside the body that can cause eczema. So adults can have long-lasting, clearer skin and fast itch relief. Serious allergic reactions can occur that can be severe. Tell your doctor about new or worsening eye problems such as eye pain or vision changes, including blurred vision, joint aches and pain, or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop asthma medicines without talking to your doctor.
Healing from within is a powerful thing.
Ask your eczema specialist how Dupixent can help heal your skin from within.
The house before you, over 30 years old, still has its original window. Boom.
There's no need to be afraid of old windows. Call Feldco for 50% off.
It's the biggest sale of the season. 50% off Feldco windows, plus no money down and no interest until 2024.
50% off windows ends soon. Call now.
For quality windows, siding, and doors, call 866 for Feldco.
Now is the time to take advantage of our lowest mattress prices of the season at Ashley. Right now, save 55% on Beauty Rest Select Hybrid and receive a comforter, 2 pillows, and a 4-piece sheet set for free. Get the sleep you deserve for just $21 a month. Don't miss your chance at huge savings. Happening now at Ashley.
Welcome back, everyone. Facebook and TikTok are failing to block ads that feature blatantly false election information.
That's according to the human rights watchdog group Global Witness and the Cybersecurity for Democracy team at New York University. The group says it's pushed 20 false ads to some of the most popular social media platforms. It says TikTok approved 90% of the ads and Facebook approved a significant number. The ads included information falsely stating voting days days would be extended, and other claims designed to discourage voter turnout. The researchers withdrew the ads long after going through the approval process, so the ads containing misinformation were not shown to users. We could soon be getting some real answers about reported sightings of UFOs.
NASA is going to be investigating for the next 9 months. The agency announced a team of 16 people is set to start an independent study on unidentified aerial phenomena. The team is made up of astronomers, astrophysicists, biologists, former Pentagon officials, and a former NASA astronaut. They will analyze unclassified information on UAPs gathered by government, civilian, and commercial entities. NASA plans to release its findings to the public sometime next year.
Well, here's something you won't be thankful for this Thanksgiving. Turkey might be more expensive and harder to find. In the case of cost per pound, birds cost about 73% more now than they did last year. The USDA says that comes out to about $1.99 a pound compared to $1.15 last year. When it comes to availability, blame the bird flu. But experts say there is a chance suppliers could add more turkeys to the market, quote, at the last minute.
Do you want to put more money away for your retirement? Well, next year you can. The IRS is going to let you invest nearly 10% more next year, adding up to more than $22,000. You won't be surprised to hear the jump is because of inflation. There was other inflation-related news this week as well, including changes to federal income tax brackets, which likely mean a boost in take-home pay early next year.
With news that the feds might slow interest rate increases, stocks soared to a big winning week. The Dow Industrials added 748 points, or almost 2.5%, ending the week at 31,082. The NASDAQ jumped 244 points, and the S&P 500 added almost 87. Well, it is homecoming weekend on the UW campus.
And for the first time in 3 years, there is a full-blown celebration taking place.
Joining us now from a flamingo-covered Bascom Hill is Catherine Reed from the Wisconsin Homecoming Committee and a student herself. Catherine, welcome.
Hi, Catherine. Hi, guys. Thanks for having me.
So you're a sophomore, so this is the first sort of post-COVID homecoming that you've experienced. What's it been like?
It's been so great because, I mean, it's been 3 years, and 3 years doesn't seem like a long time, but that means that over half of our student body has never experienced a normal homecoming. So a big part of this year has just been reintroducing ourselves, reintroducing our message, getting people excited about all the traditions that we've been having going on since we started in 1911. So it's been really fun getting the community involved.
It's going to be wonderful, and with the weather too, it's going to be even better. There are more flamingos being added to the hill as we're talking to you. That's one of the iconic scenes of the UW homecoming. What's it all about?
These flamingos all represent a donation to the Wisconsin Alumni Foundation. It's a homecoming tradition. It's always, I mean, this is a symbol of homecoming. There's nothing better.
Yeah, a flamingo goes out for each donation. So far they've gotten $359,309.
And when you make a donation, you can choose where you want it to go, right?
No, I think they just put it out wherever they want to go. Anyway, back to homecoming. What events are coming up that people can go to?
Yeah, right now we're actually setting up for the homecoming parade. It starts at 6 p.m. We'll be going down Langdon Street and coming back up State Street. It's going to be super fun. We have a bunch of student organizations involved. We have Chancellor Mnookin's coming. We have the Badger Band, of course. And, of course, I don't know if I'm supposed to give this away right now, but we have the Wienermobile, too.
Oh, well, there you go.
Big deal. We're really excited about that.
Exclusive.
So yeah, it'll be such a fun night.
And fireworks at the end, like years past, or not?
Yeah. The pep rally and the block party will be happening on the terrace and Alumni Park after. We also have the multicultural homecoming yard show happening. That's co-hosted by us, the Homecoming Committee, the Alumni Association, and the Office for Fraternity and Sorority Life here on campus. The Multicultural Greek Council and the National Panhellenic Council will be performing. For more information, you can obviously visit our website, wiscohoco.com, and our social media at wiscohoco.
What has it been like being on the homecoming committee this year? How much planning goes into all of this?
It is, I mean, it's a lot of work. It's months and months of planning, but I mean, I've met so many incredible people. I just joined the committee last year, my freshman year, because I wanted to get involved on campus, and I've met such an incredible community of people through this organization, and holding a leadership position this year has just opened up so many doors for me. I'm so grateful.
And what a great experience down the road to put on your resume.
Yes, exactly.
No, of course, yes.
And of course there's a game, by the way.
Oh, yeah, there's a game at 2:30.
Yeah, 2:30, Purdue. It's going to be a big one.
Catherine, thanks for being with us today. Happy homecoming.
Great to see you, Catherine. Have a wonderful weekend.
And you can donate on Fill the Hill. You can donate on Fill the Hill until 5 o'clock. Tonight, go to fillthehill.com.
Okay.
All right, still to come at 4, there are lots of Swifties who aren't too swift today.
The pop singer's fans were kept up after midnight for the debut of her new album. We'll have more on that coming up after Greg's weekend forecast.
At TSR, we transform your old, beat-up concrete into a beautiful, durable surface in one day. Hi, I'm Joey with TSR Concrete Coatings. We specialize in garages, patios, pool decks, basements, and more. We don't just coat over your old concrete. We start by grinding it down, then we apply the base coat and chip and seal it with our own proprietary sealant that will never chip or peel. Our coatings are beautiful, durable, ridiculously easy to clean, and are backed by our exclusive lifetime warranty. Our in-house team is ready to answer any questions that you have before and after the install. And right now on all projects, we're offering 15% off. Call the number shown below or visit our website for your new floor today.
Habitat Restore is full of great finds at great prices for a great cause. With a unique inventory of high-quality, low-cost goods, you can save money and feel good about your purchase. Shop Restore Dane County today.
Join us at the Madison Fall Parade of Homes, exclusively sponsored by Nuns. Visit and get inspired for your 2023 building and remodeling projects. Go to MadisonParadeOfHomes.com and purchase your tickets today.
When I heard from my doctor, it was my worst nightmare. My baby's diagnosis was dismal, a severe abnormality, and my husband and I decided to have an abortion so our daughter wouldn't suffer. Tim Michaels thinks that decision should have been his, not ours. He wants to criminalize abortion, and if he's elected, women will lose the freedom to decide what's best for them. Tim Michaels is just way too radical for Wisconsin.
Hi, this is Lisa from 4 Imprint. Yes, I like 50 welcome wows, 300 customer I love it, and 200 team member. Oh yes, certainly. You know we got some brand new woohoos.
Dial up the wow factor with promotional products from 4 Imprint. We specialize in awesome items that are certain to awe and guaranteed to deliver some ooh yes. From apparel, backpacks, drinkware to high-tech items.
Wow.
I love it. Woohoo!
Go to 4imprint.com and find some wow now. 4 Imprint, for certain.
Get up and go! You heard the Jingle Man, Wisconsin. That means it's time to get a versatile, rugged, athletic SUV that makes you feel like you just won a title. Again. Honda was just crowned KBB.com's best value brand for the 7th year in a row. So get up and go to your Wisconsin Heartland Honda dealer today. Honda gets Wisconsin. Bring it home, Songbird. Get up and go!
Take a look at this. Who says crime doesn't pay? Police were chasing some bank robbers. The chase came to an end with the money raining down on the highway in Santiago, Chile. The money got dumped onto the middle of the road. Passing motorists kept driving. Apparently, they didn't know what was there. Finally, the police moved in to pick up the stolen cash. Party poopers.
I was just going to say, if everybody started pulling over to grab that money, well, that would have been bad.
They probably didn't know what it was. There they are.
Yeah, it's hard to see from a distance. That's true.
That could probably ended up with a good crash going on if everyone stopped.
You see that going down. Well, today is a day for self-care for women everywhere.
Today is National Mammography Day. It is an important day because early detection of breast cancer could be the difference between life and death. According to CDC guidance, women 50 to 75 who are at average risk for breast cancer should get a mammogram every other year. Women 40 to 49 should consult their doctor on when to begin and how often to get one. National Mammography Day comes, of course, during October's Breast Cancer Awareness Month.
Early detection, the key for everything.
Very important.
Very important indeed. Well, don't go light a fire outside.
No, today wouldn't be the day. Well, at least not till the wind dies down. But yeah, it's definitely dry out there. We haven't had much rain, and now you push temperatures near 80. It definitely is. So I'll break down how long we'll see those 70s and when the next rain chance actually comes after the break.
Some ideas seem good, but aren't.
These guys will buy our house without even seeing it.
Online buyers make offers that seem attractive at first, only to lower or cancel at the last minute. We Buy Ugly Houses won't reduce or cancel our firm cash offers before closing. Call or click to sell quick.
I'm Sheriff Jim Johnson.
I'm Sheriff Eric Severson.
We've got the real story on Mandela Barnes.
Barnes wants to defund our police, but he spent over $600,000 of your money on police protection for himself.
Barnes wants to eliminate bail for violent felons, and his administration has already released over 800 criminals, including 44 child rapists.
Take it from us.
Mandela Barnes policies are a threat to your family.
I'm Ron Johnson, and I approve this message.
Fry Construction wants to thank you for once again voting us Best of Madison 3 years running with 27% off gutters or insulation. Your neighbors already know how we strive to meet and exceed expectations with each and every project. That's why they voted us Best of Madison 3 years in a row. Experience the Best of Madison for yourself with Fry Construction. Save 27% off gutters or insulation with any full roof replacement project. Schedule your consultation today at fryconstruction.com.
Welcome. We're so glad you're here. Looking for one of our most capable Ford SUVs? Okay, great. We've got you covered. Spacious interiors, innovative tech, good looks, and a legendary off-road experience. Check out our inventory today, or let us help you place a custom order. Getting into the perfect Ford SUV? Well, it's easier than ever. Yeah, we've got you covered. Now choose FlexBuy on a 2022 Ford Escape or Edge and get 0% financing for 66 months.
Defund the Police radical Mandela Barnes isn't just dangerously wrong on crime. Barnes supported raising Wisconsin's gas tax nearly 30%, while we already pay some of the highest gas taxes in the country. Barnes wants to stop all oil and gas production in America, killing jobs and making prices skyrocket. And while Barnes didn't pay his own taxes, he pushed a $1 billion tax increase on Wisconsin families. We can't afford radical Mandela Barnes. Senate Leadership Fund is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Some ideas seem good, but aren't.
Maybe these guys will buy our house.
What could go wrong?
Like rookie home buyers who can lower or cancel offers without notice. We Buy Ugly Houses won't reduce or cancel our firm cash offers before closing. Call or click to sell quick.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Likely probably the last weekend to see leaves on the trees for a lot. Most of the areas are starting to peak, but given that we're going to have a lot more wind the next few days, probably about the last good weekend to see the leaves before they all kind of just blow away. So still some color out there, but we are starting to get into the fade. So pattern-wise, we've changed. We went more southwesterly. Remember last week or the week we've had more northwest. Now we're southwest. It's beginning to pull that warm air to the north. A system out to the west is beginning to dig south. That's what's going to bring rain and snow for that western parts of the U.S. But ahead of it, obviously, we're going to get southerly flow, warm conditions, and it's going to take a while till that system out to the west actually does lift and push towards our area more Monday, Tuesday. But one big change from what we've seen earlier in the week, the cold air doesn't really push further south. It lifts to the north. So we will cool down and have some rain, but we won't be anything like we were last weekend or earlier this week with the cold temperatures. So that's probably the good news. Overall tonight, cloud cover. We have a little bit of a wind shift down here, a little front that kind of sags south. Not going to do much, just wind shift, and then we'll start seeing the winds turn right back around tomorrow. Not much change tomorrow through Sunday. We're going to keep that southerly flow continuing and actually strengthening as that system begins to push Sunday. That's when we'll probably see the strongest winds Sunday afternoon. We'll start to pick up some clouds, some moisture as we get towards Sunday, but really the rain chances probably will hold off till Sunday night with some thunderstorms coming through, spotty at nature Sunday night, and then better shot as we get more to Monday and Tuesday. So overall, the dry weekend really for all the areas. So tonight, we'll get down to the 50s. Overnight, we'll drop down into the upper 40s for most locations. A little cooler up north to the upper 30s behind this wind shift. Tomorrow, the winds will turn right back around from the south, so we'll warm right back up into the mid to upper 70s. We could see a few spots actually get close to 80 again. And then that'll be the same story tomorrow night, which will be kind of balmy. We'll only get down into the 50s Saturday night into Sunday. And once again, Sunday, not much change going to go on. We'll see temperatures once again warm right back up into the 70s with the winds picking up. Winds will definitely be the story Sunday, as it's going to be the strongest winds. We could have some gusts above 30, maybe 40s, go further west. So that will be windy conditions and warm throughout most of the day. And then the winds will kind of die down at night. But still, Sunday night to Monday could be breezy, balmy, with temperatures maybe holding on to the 60s. So quite unusual for the end of October to see that. So as we go on, thunderstorms, there's a potential for some marginal, some severe weather out to the west that'll probably break apart by the time it gets here, but that's something to keep an eye on for Sunday afternoon out there. Temperatures, you see, we're going only down to the upper 40s today. Excuse me, tonight, tomorrow, once again, mid to upper 70s, maybe an 80 there, through there. And then we peak out Sunday in the upper 70s. The winds will pick up, the thunderstorms come through. We should have rain chances on and off probably through Wednesday. But notice the temperatures aren't as cold as what we kind of thought earlier this week. We're more in the mid-50s instead of maybe down in the 40s with a break, and then maybe another rain chance Friday. And Halloween right now looks okay. 55 is about average, what we should be, and looks dry right now, which is, I remember growing up, we always had wet Halloweens, it seemed like, and cold.
So many of them.
And uphill both ways.
Pretty much, yeah.
And you were just saying on Sunday, don't bother raking your leaves.
No, just let them blow around.
Just let them go.
They're all in my garage if you want to see leaves.
Yeah, just take them out and they'll blow around for a while.
Right, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Millions of Taylor Swift fans might be moving a little slowly today after the pop superstar dropped her 10th original studio album, Midnights, at midnight.
And if that wasn't enough, Swift kept fans up for another 3 hours for a surprise announcement, a deluxe edition of the Midnights album with 7 bonus songs.
Jamie Yukas has more on Swift's big reveal overnight and how the singer manages to stay at the top of her game.
Taylor Swift's Midnights train has officially left the station. And her fans, or Swifties,
I love this song so much,
who have always had a special place in Taylor's heart, are climbing aboard for the next adventure.
Did you ever have someone kiss you in a crowded room? And every single one of your friends was making fun of you.
Midnights comes just 2 years after Swift surprised fans with the release of back-to-back albums she wrote during the lockdown phase of the pandemic, Folklore and
people really started to respect her songwriting in a way that I think she's been fighting really hard for her entire career.
Brittany Spanos is a senior writer at Rolling Stone and teaches a course on Taylor Swift at NYU.
She is a really great songwriter and really cares about her craft.
I really don't think I've delved this far into my insecurities.
The singer opened up on Instagram about the meaning behind her new song, Anti-Hero.
I'll stare directly at the sun, but never in the mirror. It must be exhausting, always rooting for the anti-hero.
I struggle a lot with the idea that, you know, my life has become unmanageably sized.
This is about insecurities and love. Yeah, she's someone whose music is very much being pulled directly from her diary.
Summer went away, still the yearning stays.
Is that brave? I do think that's always brave because you're sharing your personal experience in the hopes that maybe other people will feel seen or heard or better because of it.
Validated.
Yeah.
Familiarity breeds contempt, so put me in the basement when I want the penthouse of your heart.
I'm Jamie Yukas, jamming out to T-Swift in Los Angeles.
Nice.
I could see Jamie being a Swiftie.
It's Swifties, not Swifters. Swifters is
I have a Swifter at home.
Yeah.
All right, coming up next, we preview the newest George Clooney, Julia Roberts film.
And then coming up next hour at 5, this week marks 50 years since the Clean Water Act was passed and changed Wisconsin waterways for the better. Naomi Coles talked to the DNR about the work that is still left to do, and we'll have that story at 5.
I'm Mandela Barnes, and I approve this message.
All units. Reports of an abortion at Central Hospital. Officers needed to detain doctor.
If Ron Johnson has his way, he wouldn't just ban abortions. Doctors could go to jail for it. And Johnson's tried for over a decade. He even co-sponsored a bill with no exceptions for rape, incest, or the life of the woman. And said if women don't like an abortion ban, they can just move. But it's Ron Johnson who doesn't belong in Wisconsin.
Hi, I'm Jonathan Greenhut, the CEO of Plexiderm. And if you haven't tried Plexiderm, we've created the best offer yet with our Plexiderm 10-minute challenge. All it takes is 10 minutes to reduce the appearance of under-eye bags, wrinkles, and crow's feet. Even the 11 lines between your eyes are visibly gone in minutes. Plexiderm works so well, makeup artists, celebrities in Hollywood, and even people across the country just like you look and feel years younger in minutes.
My real true opinion is holy words I can't say on camera. That was me a couple of years ago when I first tried Plexiderm. So I have these forehead lines. They're really deep set. They're hereditary. I've had them for years. And a couple of years ago, I took the Plexiderm 10-minute challenge. Really, there are no other options. Plexiderm is the only thing that works. So after that video shoot, I was just walking home through Manhattan, smiling, thinking, wow, I look really cool. I look really young. And I think it just exuded this confidence. It was life-changing. It was the best decision I ever made. Still using it.
I'm Neela. I'm 61 years old. I'm a professional personal trainer. It's so important to be in good health and to be fit and take care of yourself. How it makes you feel inside is amazing. And yet, when you look in the mirror, what you see necessarily isn't what you feel inside. Plexiderm, seriously, I look 20 years younger than I did before. And that's so super important because my whole life is about health, fitness, feeling good, and looking good. And first chance I really got to look how I feel inside. Honest to God, it's amazing. There's nothing there. Like, the bags are gone.
The instant results are from naturally based silicates found in shale rock. Once applied, your skin tightens and firms, rapidly reducing the appearance of under-eye bags and wrinkles in minutes. So if under-eye bags and wrinkles make you look tired and older, take action with the Plexiderm 10-minute challenge. Try it today for only $14.95, plus get free shipping. Visit plexidermtrial.com or call the number on your screen.
New at 5, News 3 now reveals all the information we have on the house explosion in Oregon. We bring you continuous coverage live from the scene.
This weekend will be unseasonably mild with high temperatures climbing to the middle to upper 70s. It'll also be dry. Perfect timing for the UW homecoming and outdoor activities. Some rain is possible next week. I'll let you know how long the mild weather will last at 5.
And ahead at 6, witnesses of the house explosion detail their shock. You can hear the firsthand impacts on the quiet community tonight at 6.
Our weather satellite ends up in Evergreen, Colorado.
Outside of
Denver.
Denver.
Is that I-70 there?
Not a beautiful shot. Look at that.
67 degrees. Perfect. Well, Julia Roberts and George Clooney are reuniting on screen this weekend in a rom-com set on a tropical island.
But they're not playing the couple in love.
David Daniel explains.
I won't let her throw her life away. We need to trick her into dumping him. As much as this will pain us both, we have to call a truce to make this work.
We have to be in lockstep.
George Clooney and Julia Roberts are feuding exes who head to Bali to break up their daughter's wedding in Ticket to Paradise.
No mean comments. Pretty sure you don't win anything for eating the whole pig. No arguing.
Get off.
No passive aggression. What about aggressive aggression? Try to keep the snoring down.
I have a nasal strip.
It's a mystery you're still alone.
The stars received the script amid the isolation of the COVID-19 shutdown.
To read something that was outside, like that was such a big element of the movie. The sun, the sea, people in nature, people together.
Are you sure they're not sharks?
Come on, don't be a chicken.
You might be working with the sharks.
Come on.
Can't believe I got bit by a dolphin. We both worked on a lot lately on things that are rather dark, and I think we needed it I know I did, and I think that we felt like other people might feel that same way.
Of course, filming in paradise didn't hurt.
You know, I suffer for my art.
Yes.
You know that.
And therefore makes us all suffer
Yes.
for his art.
Everyone must suffer.
Oh, no. Dad, please stop doing that. Oh, my God. I'm praying for an asteroid.
In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
Let's see what our Will Loper thinks about this on Monday.
On Monday, yep.
And speaking of Julia Roberts, you've probably seen Pretty Woman. It's been turned into a Broadway musical, which is on stage at Overture this weekend.
When we come back, we'll talk with actress, singer, and dancer Jessie Davidson, who plays the Julia Roberts character, when Live at 4 continues.
Buzzed into Madison. Our guest today, we have Jim Flaherty, the communications director from AARP Wisconsin. You've been in the studio so many times, but you're usually on the other side of the camera. I'm glad you're right here today.
I'm super excited.
Good. Let's get right to it. So you guys have done a recent election survey. Let's talk about some of the findings from that survey.
Yeah, the top line results are showing that the Republicans are winning both in the governor's race and the Senate race by very slight margins. But you have to remember, this is a horse race poll, and if you think about it in terms of a horse race like the Kentucky Derby, things get really, really volatile right near the end. So in order for candidates to come out ahead in this election, they're going to have to really tune in on what matters most to voters. And those are going to be coming from the independent voters.
Absolutely. Now, some of the findings say that 4 out of 5 voters don't feel like Congress is listening to the issues that matter to them. That's a huge number.
Isn't that an amazing stat?
What does that mean?
What it means is that people are feeling like their thoughts are not being listened to by the candidates, which is why AARP is going all across Wisconsin and the entire country in a campaign called In My Shoes, where we're listening to what people say and then passing those thoughts along to candidates.
You're truly taking them to the politicians and saying, this is what matters.
That's right.
All right.
Exactly
I
right.
love that. Now let's talk about Social Security, because there's an overwhelming majority polled. They're going to vote for whoever is going to protect Social Security.
Yes.
It's a big, important issue.
It's gigantic among the 50-plus voters. 84% of folks said that they're going to vote for a candidate who will protect Social Security. That we've all paid into this program our entire life. We deserve it to be strong and solvent when we retire.
Absolutely.
So we're very big on protecting Social Security.
Of course, we only had time to touch on some of these important issues. For more info, visit aarp.org/WIVotes. For Jim Flaherty, I'm Emmy Fink, and you're buzzed into Madison.
There's no other place where my story is possible. My mom was a teacher. My dad worked third shift. It was our ticket to the middle class. That's the promise of America I'll fight to protect. While others send our jobs overseas, I'll bring manufacturing back, invest in our own workers, and stock our shelves with American products. And with a middle-class tax cut, you'll be able to keep more of what you earn. I know the promise of America, and no one will fight harder to protect it. I'm Mandela Barnes, and I approve this message.
Nothing beats a great night's sleep on a new Tempur-Pedic mattress from Steinhoffels. And right now, save $300 on Tempur-Pedic Breeze mattresses, starting at just $53 a month. The Tempur-Breeze uses next-generation cooling technology, allowing you to sleep up to 8 degrees cooler all night long. And you can rest easy when you take advantage of Steinhoffel's 60-month zero-interest financing. Isn't it time you got a great night's sleep? Relax, it's Steinhoffels.
All right, traffic overall is actually not looking too bad compared to yesterday and with all the activities too. So overall, big picture, Beltway, just some normal congestions, but no incidents to speak of right now. Oops, we'll go back there and get that going again. There we go. And we zoom in. Like I said, no activities going on right now. It's actually looking pretty good. We zoom out, some congestion towards Mount Horeb, but overall, no incidents to speak of. We zoom back up to the north to the interstate, going to the Dells. Overall, looking good too there. And then once we get down to Janesville, no issues going on right there too. Just be advised, you do have some strong winds out there, so do be advised if you have high-profile vehicles too.
All right, thank you. Well, we love our implosions here on Live at 4.
We really do.
The Spotsville Bridge in northwest Kentucky was retired with a big bang after 9 decades in service to make way for the brand new bridge already in operation. Locals flocked and gawked at the implosion, and who can blame them?
The fascination with engineering.
It really is.
It really is.
Well, Pretty Woman, the musical, playing until Sunday at Overture, brings a new leading lady to Madison.
Jessie Davidson plays Vivian Ward, the role that made Julia Roberts famous in the movie Pretty Woman.
We talked with her earlier today about this dream role and her first time performing in Madison. What is it like playing the Julia Roberts role in Pretty Woman?
Oh, it's so great. I mean, this is an obviously iconic piece of art. Everybody knows the movie and knows that this is kind of what put Julia Roberts on the map as a big superstar. But the great thing about it is that we're not doing a replica of the movie. Jerry Mitchell, our wonderful director, is very adamant about us all finding our own way into these characters. So I'm taking inspiration from Julia's work, but I'm also finding my own way in and how I connect to Vivian and how we're similar and what I would like to bring of myself to the role.
Oh, that's good to hear. So you don't necessarily have to have seen the movie to understand the show.
No, definitely not. I mean, there are so many moments, key moments that you'll get that people will recognize from the movie and love about the movie. But if this is your first experience with Pretty Woman, we still encourage everybody to come because it's a great time and everything's fully explained. And yes, it's totally acceptable to not see the movie. We've all watched it for reference and for research, obviously. But for audience members everywhere, it's not important to have seen the movie.
I understand you started taking piano and dancing lessons at the age of 6. Music has been your entire life.
It sure has. Yep, I grew up also listening to so many different styles of music. My parents were incredible about introducing me to everything from jazz to classic rock to 70s singer-songwriter music to disco, and you name it. I love it all. And I've continued that passion for music all through my life, both playing piano, performing. I just absolutely love it, and I never get tired of it. And I love to research music now on my own and find so many different ways to connect to it.
What do you think it is about this story that resonates so much with people?
So first of all, we have incredible music by Jim Vallance and Bryan Adams that I think everyone who comes has an incredible time because it's such uplifting music. And the story is also uplifting. You know, in the musical version, it really focuses on Vivian's dreams and about dreaming for something bigger and not being afraid to go after that and standing firm in your belief that you're not going to let anything step in the way of exactly what you want. So I think it's empowering. I think people who come to see this show, they love the love story, but they also love seeing this strong female character stand up for what she wants. And then we've also made it a bit more of a fairy tale, which everybody loves, with the inclusion of a character called the Happy Man who plays many different characters throughout the show. And people love that there's this almost narrator, storyteller who's creating magic on stage. So it's just such a fun time. The characters are so fully developed. We've got incredible dance by Jerry, and it's just, I don't think anybody leaves without a giant smile on their face.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Your resume says actress, singer, dancer. If you had to pick just one.
I think I would pick actor first because it's so versatile in terms of what you can do for medium, but then oh my gosh, I wouldn't want to get rid of my voice.
It's like picking your favorite kid.
That's a tough question.
I take the question back.
No, that's okay. It's a great question, and a lot of people do have an answer. For me, I think it's actor-singer, and then I love to dance, but I think I find the most fulfilling work out of digging into a character, and I think that that's something you can do. Yeah.
Why choose? You're great at all of them.
Oh, thank you so much.
Jessie, enjoy your stay in Madison. Break a leg. Have a great show.
Have a great run here. It's great to have you here. Thanks so much for taking the time to talk to us.
Oh, thank you for having me. It's so great to be here.
I wish we had the opportunity to talk to her in person. She seems like such an effervescent woman.
An incredible talent. And she only joined the touring company for this show like 3 weeks ago.
Really?
Yes. So, I mean, what an experience. And so many people dream of having a role like that.
And she also has her own fitness company.
Oh, now I feel very unaccomplished.
Why not?
And that was a good question to ask her, though, because she's so talented. It's like, what comes first, acting, dancing, or singing?
But it is like, which is your favorite child?
Yeah, it is.
It's tough to answer.
Yeah.
Although my parents seem to have an answer for that. It wasn't me. Anyway, as we said, Pretty Woman runs through Sunday at Overture. Tickets are available at overture.org. And we'll have a final check of your forecast coming up.
Take advantage of our lowest appliance prices of the season at Furniture and Appliance Mart. Save an additional 10% on eligible LG appliance packages of 3 or more pieces, plus delivery within 5 days on in-stock appliances. At Furniture and Appliance Mart inside Ashley off the Beltline in East Springs Drive.
Join us at the Madison Fall Parade of Homes, exclusively sponsored by Nuns. Visit and get inspired for your 2023 building and remodeling projects. Go to MadisonParadeOfHomes.com and purchase your tickets today.
Breaking news in Dallas, Texas, where at least 5 police officers were killed when they were ambushed.
This was the deadliest day for U.S. law enforcement since 9/11.
Just days after this horrific crime, Mandela Barnes appeared on Vladimir Putin's propaganda news outlet and rationalized violence against American police officers.
Police officers are over-exercising their badges. This probably was a retaliatory attack.
Do you want Mandela Barnes representing you in the Senate?
I'm Ron Johnson, and I approve this message.
Chevy Silverado. It's got the power you want and the capability you need to do the job so you can get to the important work. Find new moments, find new roads. Get a $500 cash allowance on all 2022 Silverado pickups with a 2.7-liter turbo engine when you purchase. Plus, current Chevy owners can get an additional $2,500 loyalty cash. And now during truck season, get a $1,000 accessory allowance toward a new Chevy truck with accessories.
Ashley's Ultimate Sale is going on now. Shop in store and get the ultimate mattress discounts. Get 55% off select Beauty Rest mattresses. Plus, buy any Tempur-Pedic mattress and get $300 in free furniture. Don't miss these ultimate savings. Only at Ashley.
50 years after Wisconsin's Clean Water Act, News 3 now reflects on the progress made and how Wisconsin needs to keep pushing forward. And continuing coverage, we bring you the latest on the Oregon house explosion live from the scene. That's coming up at 5.
It all comes down to the final drive. News 3 Now brings you the big play highlights and scores from Southern Wisconsin high school football action. Don't miss the final drive. Fridays on News 3 Now at 10.
Yeah, clear skies out there as we look out at the Platteville sky cam. Plenty of sunshine all around. Like I said, it's going to be a warm, very pleasant evening as we get down into the lower 50s by 10 p.m. on our way to around upper 40s by tomorrow morning. Warm day on tap tomorrow, so that means warm Badger football game, especially for the end of October. So really good conditions for viewing it. We'll have winds in there. And overall, we're looking at the 3 things. Warm conditions through Monday, breezy, windy, especially Sunday and Monday. And then the showers come in Sunday through Wednesday with maybe a thunderstorm possible, but coming back down to the mid-50s by next week.
And for Friday night football tonight?
Warm and pleasant. It's going to be nice. Compared to like last week, I think it's a big difference because last week was cold. This week's going to be warm.
Maybe not a lot of passing with that wind.
Probably not.
All right. Thank you, Greg. Monday here on Live at 4, we'll meet our Pet of the Week from the Dane County Humane Society.
And we'll head to the movies with our Will Loper. He'll tell us what he thinks of the new releases and what to stream. That's coming up Monday on Live at 4.
With Pick and Save Fresh Perks, it's easy to get lower than low prices for the win. You also earn fuel points on every purchase to save big at the pump. Pick and Save Fresh Perks. All you do is win big, big savings. Pick and Save. Fresh for everyone.
You didn't live this strong, this long, to get put on the shelf like a porcelain doll. But 1 out of 2 women over 50 will suffer a fracture from osteoporosis. You should know you can build new bone with Evenity for postmenopausal women with osteoporosis at high risk for fracture. Ask your doctor if you can do more than just slowing down bone loss with Evenity. Want stronger bones? Then build new bone. Evenity can help in just 12 months. Evenity is proven to reduce spine fracture risk by 73%.
Evenity can increase risk of heart attack, stroke, or death from a cardiovascular problem. Do not take Evenity if you have low blood calcium or are allergic to it. Serious allergic reactions and low blood calcium have occurred. Tell your doctor about jawbone problems, as they have been reported with Evenity, or about pain in your hip, groin, or thigh, as unusual thigh bone fractures have occurred.
Don't let a break put you on a shelf. Talk to your doctor about building new bone with Evenity.
Remember this? Forecasts are predicting an unreasonably cold and snowy winter. Now's the time to winterproof your home with USA Insulation. 35% more efficient than traditional insulation. Our foam in your walls keeps the cold air out and your warm air in. It's like putting a coat around your entire home. Call now before winter and get a $500 early bird discount.
USA Insulation.
I'll never forget January 6th, watching my fellow law enforcement officers defending the Capitol, defending our freedoms, defending democracy, and then 5 officers died. But Ron Johnson is making excuses for rioters who tried to overthrow our government, even calling them peaceful protests. Johnson defended Donald Trump's lies and even supported efforts to make it harder for some people to vote at all. Senator Johnson's just not for us.
And Citizens United is responsible for the content of this ad.
With the Pick and Save app, no matter where you order free pickup, you get the same great deals as you get in our stores. So start your cart today. Whenever, wherever. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
Well, with temperatures in the 70s this weekend, Louie and Oliver are going to be spending a lot of time outside.
But not before following this week's edition of the News Hounds.
Here's the News Hounds, Louie and Oliver, with their World News Roundup.
This week on the News Hounds, a hero dog.
One big bony fish.
And it's that time of year.
But first, London Zoo has named the 3 tiger cubs we told you about last week. They are Inca, Zach, and Crispin. The zoo revealed the names this week along with recent video of the 4-month-old triplets. Zookeepers say the 3 are easy to tell apart by the stripe patterns on their faces, which are unique to every tiger. The critically endangered Sumatran tiger cubs were born at the Conservation Zoo in June, and supporters bid for the chance to choose their names at an auction last month.
For a cop dog on the front lines, walking the beat can be rough. Thankfully, this one has a lot of support, not only from his brethren in blue, but his thousands of followers on social media. Corporate Oliveria isn't so much getting the bad guys, but he is fostering relationships in the community. He was found by an officer in 2019 near his police station, abandoned, injured, and hungry, before becoming a lovable law enforcement mascot and viral sensation. With his shades, badge, uniform, and even a teeny tiny doggone gun, he is one popular officer of the law.
A whopper of a discovery made waves in the biology world when a 3-ton sunfish was found floating in the waters off Portugal. Scientists say the massive deceased fish was over 10 feet long and nearly 12 feet high. The sunfish had to be moved by forklift and measured using a crane, and is believed to now be the world's heaviest bony fish on record.
And finally, it's that time of year, zoo animals and pumpkins. This week, several animals at the Brookfield Zoo received pumpkin for enrichment. Tortoises, goats, porcupines, sloths, you name it, every critter got a pumpkin. Seems like all sorts of animals like pumpkin, even if you have to fill them with bones and meat for the meat-eating African lions. This is all part of the zoo's Boo at the Zoo Halloween celebration.
And that's this week's edition of the News Hounds Now Update.
That is one cute pup. All right, that's our time for now. Have a great weekend, everybody. We'll see you back here Monday. News 3 Now at 5 starts right now.